What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. So, June 5th, we'll see the return of George Kambosos Jr. as he is set to defend his. I mean, however you guys view him as the lightweight champion, to me personally, he's the lightweight champion of the world. If you want to call him undisputed or not, I'll just leave that to you. But lightweight champion George Kambosos, fresh off his, I guess for most, shocking win over Teofimo Lopez. You know, many of us were believing, me included, he was going to just jump right into a Devin Haney fight. Why? Because Devin Haney has the last trinket to what we, at least on the surface, would think would be the culmination of the lightweight division, right? It would have, that one person would have all the legitimate belts in the division. But as boxing always goes, you got to keep your eye for the curveball. And as crazy as it sounds, okay, and I know Bob Arum isn't the if there's anybody I feel that's running the ship at Top Rank right now, it's very, very likely Todd DeBuff. I think Bob Arum is still the figurehead. I think things still run through Bob, but I don't think Bob is really the one sitting at the negotiations table the entire time, okay? But peep it. It is very interesting how me included, the crew, a lot of people, we tend to write off Top Rank a lot. And their business practices at times with certain fighters. And listen, the whole thing with Terrence Crawford still going on, lingering, pending court case. But somehow, some way, Top Rank still manages to stay here. Okay, and listen, guys, they're still getting some of the top prospects in boxing, man. Like, this is the thing people don't really look at, okay? Look at the guys that they have already brought into the fold that you're going to be seeing in the next couple of years. Some of y'all maybe not know, and maybe the one guy that the kid is standing out is Xander Zayas. But there's a lot of young talent that Top Rank still to this day are still acquiring. So if you don't got the talent, like, you're not going to be a successful promotion for the most part, right? And this is where I feel the PBC maybe lacks, where they have like the network deals and they got fighters, but like prospects, guys that you see. Boots isn't with the PBC, guys. Just FYI, they got talent, but I think sometimes as far as Top Rank, not to go off, like, Top Rank, man, they're still in the game, guys. They're still in the game. And to this point, we were believing that George Kambosos and Devin Haney was like a foregone conclusion. I even made a video saying, like, Vasyl Lomachenko is going to have a difficult time landing a fight. Then I started to really kind of think about it. I'm like, all right, what's a bigger fight for Kambosos? Is it Devin Haney? Because remember, he wants to do it. This fight's happening in Australia at Marvel Stadium, I think, right? And it's gonna be a Sunday afternoon. Well, I'll get to it in a sec. I'll get to the point. Somehow, some way, Vasyl Lomachenko has become the leading candidate for this fight. But when you really peel it back, it makes more sense than you think. The thing with Kambosos, if he's having the fight in Australia, right? Not in the United States, here, in Australia. What's a bigger commercial fight? Devin Haney or Vasyl Lomachenko? And to me, like, that like, it was kind of an epiphany moment. I'm like, why didn't I think of that before? But then it really came down to, like, is Bob gonna, like, pull the trigger on that? Is he really gonna, like, push for negotiations? And he damn sure is. But listen, man. I know it's more than Bob. I'm Todd DeBuff and everybody involved. But listen, they understand They understand that putting the belts and putting the hard work back on Vasyl Lomachenko opens up more opportunities for him. Whether it means he fights Devin Haney next or a major showdown with Gervonta Davis ends up happening anyway. Because even from Floyd's perspective, Ellerby's perspective, even then, let's just say Lomachenko and Kambosos happens, which, as I'm making this video, seems as if both sides have agreed to it. Excuse me, Lomachenko's agreed to it. Ludabella hasn't been hasn't spoken about it yet, but him and Bob have worked for like uber amount of times. Ludabella is also, he knows where the money's at. He knows which is the bigger fight. So, and if the fight does end up going to Vasyl Lomachenko, it's going to be a Sunday afternoon live on ESPN. You tell me what's the bigger attraction. So June 5th, there's a high probability we're going to see Vasyl Lomachenko against George Kambosos. So what does Devin Haney do from here? And look, I'm going to tell y'all, man, this isn't Devin Haney's fault per se. Like, it isn't. It isn't. It's just, it's not like he doesn't want to fight Kambosos, or he wouldn't. At least I don't think so. Of course he would want to fight him. That's what I say about social media, man. And I've had this discussion with several people. People take domestically, they put social media for some of these dudes on a pedestal that I don't feel really matches their overall star power. Even with Gervonta Davis, he has 3 million followers on Instagram, but how many of those 3 million followers purchased the 50,000 pay-per-view buy of him and Isaac Cruz? You got to put that into the equation, guys. Okay? So when we talk about things of that nature, okay, like social media, your follows, all that, Ryan Garcia's the same thing. I made a video about him the other day, yesterday. For as many followers as he has on Instagram, where are the ticket sales? Where are the pay-per-view buys? Where's the mainstream, like, media on him? So again, man, take social media for a grain of salt. It's a good avenue to use to promote, but it doesn't equate to ticket sales, guys. Like, the proof's in the pudding. So y'all tell me, what's the bigger fight commercially in Australia? Vasyl Lomachenko or Devin Haney? And that's probably your answer as it concerns what we're probably going to see June 5th. So nothing's official, but as I'm making this video right now, it looks as if George Kambosos versus Vasyl Lomachenko, June 5th, from Melbourne, Australia, Sunday afternoon on ESPN. People will be tuned into that. So let me know what you think, man. Would you rather see this fight? Would you rather see the Devin Haney fight? What does this mean, like, if Lomachenko wins? Now, mind, there's a rematch clause. Which, again, depending on how the fight turns out, if Lomachenko blasts through Kambosos, then, like, it's kind of like it really doesn't matter. But I have a strong feeling. That the one guy that's going to be looking at that fight in particular is going to be Gervonta Davis. And Floyd and Ellerby too, because I think they know there's going to be a point where they got to roll the dice and make big money and put Tank in a big fight. At least I think that would be it. We'll see, though. Let's get by step one first. Let me know what you think. George Kambosos, Vasyl Lomachenko, likely heading to June 5th. Nothing official. What do you think of the matchup? And what does the winner go on to do next? Fight Devin Haney? Fight Gervonta Davis? The avenue's wide open, man. So let me know what you think. I am out. Follow us at Gargigo Boxing. Follow me at Roberto_Flack. Like, notification, all that. Helps the algorithm, please. So, any case, I'm out. Peace.